Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG WTF LOLFTW BRB. Welcome back to WWE versus TEW Total Extreme Wrestling 2016. It's basically the series where we take the weekly shows, the weekly events that the WWE books, book them in Total Extreme Wrestling, and see just how well WWE does when booked against TEW, or if TEW will be the one company that brings WWE to its knees. We are booking our first technical pay-per-view, I guess. The Greatest Royal Rumble, which took place in Saudi Arabia, but because Saudi Arabia isn't a place here in the game, I went ahead and went to. I don't think this place is close to Saudi Arabia. It's just it only had one arena, so I figured, you know what, that's the one we're going to. So we are going to Zagreb, Croatia. That's gonna serve as our Saudi Arabia here tonight. And yeah, like I said, this first kind of like pay-per-view, so it'll be interesting to see how this one goes down. At one point, we were pretty much in danger of having way too much matches compared to angles. In fact, I kind of cheated for WWE here and had a few more minutes onto, the Braun Strowman being presented the Greatest Royal Rumble title thing. I added like 2 more minutes because, that's literally all they were behind. So I was like, I'll hook you guys up and give you an extra 2 minutes on this one angle. But yeah, if I didn't have added that 2 minutes to the angle, they would have gone over their matches compared to the angles here. So that happened on a 205 Live episode, but it doesn't matter. It almost happened on this previous SmackDown episode, but that got saved last minute as well. So far, WWE's been pretty good with their ratios here, but sooner or later it is going to come back and backfire them. I guarantee that. Once they start gaining popularity and all their stars are, not shitty anymore, that's when it's going to happen. Either way, let's run the show. The Greatest Royal Rumble in Arena Zagreb in front of 9,907 people. Not a bad audience. B minus as we open up with John Cena's special entrance for his upcoming match against Triple H. Nothing really too special about this entrance, just really some kids standing around Cena. It kind of reminded me of his old WrestleMania. I think it was. Actually, I don't remember which one. I was going to say 23, but that was the car entrance. So it was one of those entrances where he had a bunch of like Cena lookalikes standing side by side next to each other, doing the whole "you can't see me" thing while he runs by them. That's pretty much what happened with these kids here. So a little bit of a special entrance for John Cena as he gets a B minus for his entrance. We jump into our opening match of the night, which does embarrassing B minus rating. That's embarrassing for Triple H and John Cena. Like, it's one of the best matches we've had, but still, Triple H, John Cena, they get a B minus rating. Like, it's expecting at least a solid B, maybe even an A. But either way, Triple H, Cena get themselves a B minus. Good match. Cena going over Triple H in 17 minutes, 25 seconds with the attitude adjustment. Stephanie was not out there, so this shouldn't really count, but they do have good chemistry. They got the crowd hot. Triple H with a C plus in ring performance. What? And John Cena with a B minus. Okay, sure. We then have John Cena. A D minus? Oh, the language barrier, of course. That helps out a little bit. So, unfortunately, people talking aren't going to be able to get themselves over. I forgot about that. But then again, that's what they had at Saudi Arabia, and they spoke English there too. So I'm assuming either Saudi Arabia speaks a little bit of English or they had a little bit of a language barrier problem there as well. D minus for John Cena thanking the crowd for coming out tonight, pretty much. In the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I mean, Croatia. We jump to an E plus rated match for our Cruiserweight Championship matchup. This match, actually, a lot of people really liked on the pay-per-view, so it's going to help them out. But, of course, since these guys are not close to popularity whatsoever on our show, E plus is what they're going to get. An abysmal match. Cedric Alexander defends his Cruiserweight Championship against Kalisto with the lumbar check after Kalisto was looking for Salito del Sol. It was a good counter there. 12 minutes, 16 seconds for the matchup, and the first defense for Cedric Alexander. It did cool the crowd, which that's okay. Kalisto with a D minus, and Alexander with his solid E. Alright. We then jump into our tag team title match for the Raw Tag Team Championships. D plus rated segment here. This is gonna be great, by the way. I can already tell you this is gonna be great. This show. When John Cena gets a B minus, I know we're probably gonna be losing popularity on this show. All right, D plus rated segment as we had about that had subpar wrestling and little heat to it. The leaders of worlds, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, go over the bar, and 9 minutes 32 seconds after Matt Hardy and Bray beat Sheamus with like the elevated twist of fate move that they do, and they become the Raw Tag Team Champions. So there you have that. Bray Wyatt really off his game. Come on, Bray. Solid, or excuse me, no, that's not a solid C. That's a C minus rating for Bray Wyatt. Matt Hardy with a D plus, Sheamus with a D plus, and Cesaro with the worst of the night, or worse than the match, I should say, with a D. Sheamus is improving in Rumble and performance. Cesaro is improving in Rumble and performance. So new champions, and honestly the only new champions we'll see tonight. We get a recap of Jeff Hardy beating Jinder Mahal on Monday Night Raw for the United States Championship, alongside Kurt Angle being there as well. That got a C minus. Before we get into our United States Championship match, though, Sunil Singh has to come out and introduce the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. And then we can jump into the United States Championship matchup, which gets a D plus rating. Subpar wrestling and little heat to it. Jeff Hardy goes over Jinder Mahal in 7 minutes 50 seconds with the twist of fate. We also had Sunil Singh distract Jeff Hardy in the match, but that doesn't do him too much good because Jeff makes his first defense of the U.S. Championship. Sunil Singh did some good work ringside. Jinder with a solid D, and Jeff Hardy with a D+. Good on you, Jeff. Jinder, actually, I'm more surprised with because he was able to hold his own pretty much, and he's only really a grade lower than Jeff. Also, Jinder Mahal is improving in technical, so this was an all-right matchup. The one thing that everyone can really talk about, though, is that Whisper in the Wind botch. Come on, Jinder. What are you doing? It doesn't help. All right, we go backstage to a solid E rating. Ooh, Chris Jericho can't even help with this language barrier. The fans in attendance are like, what is he saying? Either way, Jericho just hyping up the 50-man Royal Rumble, has a little segment with Mike Rome as it confuses him for Tom Phillips, so on and so forth. The typical Jericho segment. Very good on his egomaniac gimmick, and he improvised well, but unfortunately the language barrier doesn't help him, so. Everyone watching at home is cool, though. They understand. D plus rated segment here, as I don't know why Finn Balor is on screen, but this is just supposed to be a video package hyping up the ladder match that's upcoming. What is this handle changes? Rusev's in this too? Oh yeah, I guess the casket match was hyped as well, so there you have that. So it wasn't the video package, it was just a hype segment. We also get another hype segment for both the world title matches, AJ and Shinsuke, and Brock and Roman. And then the 50-man Royal Rumble also gets hyped up. Solid E rating here for another backstage segment for Daniel Bryan, pretty much hyping up the 50-man Royal Rumble. There we go. My lady friend just has to appear on screen at all times, I guess. This language barrier is going to affect like every angle we do tonight, which sucks, but whatever. Solid D-rated segment here as we have the Usos taking on the Bludgeon Brothers. Terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. The Bludgeon Brothers go over the Usos in 6 minutes, 12 seconds when Rowan defeats Jimmy Uso with a full Nelson slam. I don't remember what they exactly finished it with. Bludgeon Brothers make their first defense of the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, and Rowan was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else. So both the Usos had a solid D in ring performance alongside Harper. Rowan with an E+ in ring performance. It did gain heat to the feud, and Jimmy Uso is improving in Rumble. All right. C- rated segment here as we get the hype package for the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship featuring Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and The Miz. Ladder match itself does a wow. Good on you guys. Solid C-rated segment here for the ladder match. With all these horrible D's and E's and stuff, I was expecting maybe this to get a D+ or something, but a solid C. Bout that had decent wrestling, but not much weighing heat. Seth Rollins defeats The Miz, Finn Balor, and Samoa Joe in the ladder match in 15 minutes, 2 seconds, when Seth retrieves the item after pretty much jumping on the ladder while Finn Balor was climbing up, getting ready to do it, and he does like the quickest pull down in ladder match history as he just pretty much swipes it away from Finn Balor. Did get the crowd hotter. Finn Balor was really off his game. Seth Rollins with a C-, as was The Miz, so both Miz and Seth with a C-. Finn Balor with a D+, and Samoa Joe with the best in-ring performance of the match with a solid C. Miz is improving in technical and performance. Joe is improving in technical and performance. And Finn Balor is improving in performance. Alright, just more hype for the WWE Championship match between Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. Gets a D+. We jump into the WWE Championship matchup, which gets a C+ rated matchup here. About that, a decent wrestling, but not much weighing heat. Nakamura and AJ Styles draw after having a double countout. Match ended in 16 minutes, 14 seconds. So 16 minutes of a match to end in double countout here. It did get the crowd hot. Nakamura with a C- in-ring performance, and AJ Styles with a C+. Far away from his A on Friday Night SmackDown, or Tuesday Night SmackDown, excuse me. Gained heat for the feud, though. C+ rated there. I'm getting a little worried, though, about some feuds, because with this pay-per-view, certain matches may only have one more match that they can do on it. I forget what it was, but there was one match I remember where I was like, WWE can only do this match one more time, and they're going to do it at the pay-per-view. So if they try to do more than one, they're going to get nicked for it, most likely. So that's one thing that's going to happen probably, too, is WWE repeating matches when they shouldn't be. What the hell? Did I not press it? I guess not. All right. So we jump into our next video package for the casket match featuring Undertaker and Rusev. This match is going to be interesting because it went on for a little while, to be honest. And Undertaker, I don't believe, has the best stamina in the business. Not even close. So it'll be interesting to see how this match does, to be honest. But we'll see how it does. I'm tying my hair up right now. Give me a second. All right, there we go. Now it's out of my face. No, we don't need to turn Rusev. A-star rating for The Undertaker's entrance. Only one way to do it, and The Undertaker knows how to do it. And then we go to a C+ rating for the casket matchup. Decent match. Taker defeats Rusev and Aiden English, I guess, because he hit him with the tombstone and put him in the casket as well. In 18 minutes, 36 seconds, when Rusev and Aiden English were trapped inside the casket. Of course, Aiden English does the run-in, but that's fine. Undertaker, visibly tired towards the end of the match. And the face turns for Rusev and Aiden are teased. But, God, I don't even know if we're ever going to pull the trigger on those. Either way, Rusev with a D+ in-ring performance, and The Undertaker with a B-. There you go, dead man. C+ rating, not bad at all, guys. Okay. Did I not press it again? I hate this. No, we don't need to turn any gimmicks yet. Hype video package, hype for the Roman Brock Lesnar steel cage match that's upcoming. Steel cage match does a C+ rating. Decent matchup. Brock Lesnar going over Roman Reigns in 18 minutes and a second with the F5. That... What? This is an escape, though. Okay. I picked the cage match that was exclusively cage escape only. At least I'm certain I did. Doesn't tell me anything, but nonetheless, we all know how it really ended. In fact, there's some controversy because Roman Reigns' feet hit the floor first, so everyone's like, oh, Roman technically won. I don't really care. C+ rating, though, for the matchup. Brock makes his first defense of the Universal Championship, which is completely inaccurate, but whatever. Lesnar and Heyman have pretty good chemistry, but here's what's interesting. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar don't click, and it made for an awkward bout, so it'll be interesting to see if WWE revisits this one, because despite that they don't click, I have to ignore that and do that match anyway, even if WWE... Or if WWE does it, I have to do the match anyway, even though they don't click. So that'll be interesting there. Definite lack of psychology on display in this matchup. Roman Reigns had an in-ring performance of a C-, while Brock Lesnar had a solid B. Roman is improving in technical and performance. And then finally, we jump into the 50-man Royal Rumble, I believe. Yeah, it's loading. Okay. It's going to take a second to load because there's 50 men in this Royal Rumble. But there is something I want to talk to you guys about before we get into the 50-man Rumble. So now that it's up here, I was not able to get certain superstars for this Rumble. So as you can see, I have replaced them with certain people. Mark Henry, even though he's under contract with me, was not able to get him in the Rumble because he's exclusively as a road agent. So that was stupid. That sumo wrestler, Hiroki Sumi, I was not able to get. Of course, he's not in the game, so I had him replaced with Otis Dozovic, and Mark Henry was replaced with Kane. Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon. Might as well just throw Shane McMahon in there. Both the, I guess, general managers, Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon, despite wrestling, are under authority figure only contracts. So I had to have them replaced. So Pete Dunne replaced Kurt Angle, and Shane McMahon was replaced by Sami Zayn. Which, again, who 87? If you're watching this video, now I know someone commented saying go to do, restart the series and do Flesh's series, world. I'm not going to restart the series. I already said this once before. It's not going to happen. I've already started this series. I'm just going to roll with what I have. But who, if you're watching, why in the blue hell do Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon have authority figure only contracts when they just competed at WrestleMania? That makes no sense, and you fucked me over. You fucked me over hard. Babatunde, of course, I don't believe he's in my developmental company, and if he is, he doesn't have the name Babatunde. So I replaced him with Mahabali Shira. He worked for TNA for a bit, and he's in the developmental company, so figured why not. The Great Khali was replaced with Lars Sullivan, mostly because, they're kind of intimidating, I guess. And as I mentioned before, Shane McMahon was replaced by Sami Zayn. I actually meant to replace Khali instead of with Lars Sullivan with Sean Davari, but it slipped my mind. I have Sean Davari here. He made it, but we ended up not doing that angle with the Davaris and the people because it'll be kind of hard. And even though this is a 5-hour show, 5 hours isn't an option in Total Extreme Wrestling, so it was a 4-hour show. So some things definitely had to be cut. But with that being said, I worked around it pretty much as I can. So certain superstars weren't in this, but certain superstars were. Like, for instance, Hornswoggle. He was definitely in this. So pretty much all 50 men were Apollo Crews, Baron Corbin, Big Cass, Big E, Bo Dallas, Bobby Lashley, Bobby Roode, Braun Strowman, Chad Gable, Jericho, Kurt Hawkins, Curtis Axel, Dan Matha. He also made his way in here. He was under developmental. Daniel Bryan, Dash Wilder, Dolph Ziggler, Drew Gulak, Elias, Fandango, Goldust, Slater, Hornswoggle, like I said, he was here. Kane, Carl Anderson, Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Connor, Lars Sullivan, Luke Gallows, Mahabali Shira, Mike Kanellis, Mojo Rawley, Otis Dozovich, Pete Dunne, Primo Colon, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Rhino, Roderick Strong, Sami Zayn, Scott Dawson, Shelton Benjamin, Sin Cara, Titus O'Neil, who we already know about his hilarious botch. It's been talked about tons of times, and I wish there was a way for me to put it into this game. Titus O'Neil, Tony Nese, Tucker Knight, Ty Dillinger, Tyler Breeze, Victor, and Xavier Woods. All in the 50-man Royal Rumble here tonight. Terrible wrestling and non-existent crowd heat. Braun Strowman wins the Battle Royal in 79 minutes, 27 seconds. The other members of the Final Four were Big Cass, Daniel Bryan, and Kevin Owens, with Big Cass being the final elimination. Braun Strowman does get the most eliminations throughout the match. In fact, he beats Roman Reigns' record in this matchup. I forget exactly what it was, but if they're counting the Greatest Royal Rumble as a part of the Royal Rumble records, which I guess technically they should, because they count the 40-man Royal Rumble, so Braun Strowman now has the record for the most eliminations, while Daniel Bryan broke Rey Mysterio's record for the longest time in the Royal Rumble matchup as well. So there you have it. Braun Strowman, we already know was the victor. This is Road Agent notes. I was like, what the hell's happening here? All right, here we go. A lot of Road Agent report stuff here. Kurt Hawkins is getting better at his gimmick. Drew Gulak was really off his game. Hornswoggle got a very good rating on his old school face gimmick. Kofi Kingston was really off his game. Pete Dunne got a above average on his old school heel gimmick. Rey Mysterio got an above average on his fan favorite gimmick. Scott Dawson was really off his game. Titus O'Neil not suited to his gimmick. I guess we got to do that. I also got to improve the stamina of Muhammad Ali? No, Mustafa Ali and TJP. All right, so Titus O'Neil. Oh, I forgot to put gimmick after there. There we go. Titus O'Neil gimmick. We need to change that. And what else we got? Xavier Woods seemed off his game. And then just storylines, moving forward. Worker improvements. This is usually a big list for Royal Rumbles. Daniel Bryan is improving in Rumble and performance. Randy Orton is improving in performance. Kofi Kingston is improving in Rumble, technical, and performance. Dolph Ziggler improved in technical and performance. Slater improved in technical. Hornswoggle improved in Rumble, technical, and performance. Bobby Roode improved in technical, performance. Roderick Strong improved in performance. Sin Cara improved in technical and performance skills. Xavier Woods improved in Rumble skills and technical skills. Big E improved in Rumble. Victor improved in technical. Drew Gulak improved in technical. Luke Gallows improved in Rumble. Carl Anderson improved in technical and performance skill. Ty Dillinger improved in technical. Tony Nese improved in flying. Big Cass improved in his performance skill. Tyler Breeze in his technical. Mojo Rawley in performance. Scott Dawson in his technical. Apollo Crews in his technical skills and his flying skills. Pete Dunne in his rumble skills. Dash Wilder with his technical skills. Chad Gable with his technical skills. Lars Sullivan in his rumble skills. His performance skills. Dan Matha in his technical and performance skills as well. And that is the end of the list. And there we have it, C-, and we end off the show with a D+ rating as Vince McMahon and the Prince of Saudi Arabia, I believe it was, presented Braun Strowman with the Greatest Royal Rumble title. I don't think I put the title on the line. Did it say he won the Greatest Royal Rumble Championship? I'll have to double check that. If not, we'll just have to give it to him. All right, we end the show, and the Greatest Royal Rumble. What does it do? It's loading. It does a C-. Not too bad. I mean, guaranteed it's nothing to write home about, but better than I thought it would be. Not enough interesting storylines going on. It did lose its popularity in 24 regions. We will go ahead and make a speech, and we'll, what was our best match of the night? Let's see, plus, but Undertaker and Rusev also got a C+ as well. Nakamura and Styles got a solid C, so that's not better. John Cena and Triple H with that B-, of course, they had the best match, so we got to give them some hype. So John Cena, we're going to compliment on a good performance alongside Triple H. And let's go ahead and give Rusev some encouragement because, you know, he helped Undertaker out in that match. Even though Taker was the one who kind of mostly carried it, but still, I'm going to give Rusev some love here. Help him out. So, you know, that was a... I don't know. Actually, I feel like it's a pretty accurate grade for the Greatest Royal Rumble. The Greatest Royal Rumble, in my opinion, wasn't the best show in the world. It definitely dragged on for way too long. I mean, there were certain things that were fun and, you know, great, and then there's other things where it's like, all right, this is kind of boring. I wasn't into the Roman Reigns-Brock Lesnar match at all. The ladder match never really picked up steam to me for a ladder match. I mean, it was still a good match, but for a ladder match, I was expecting a little bit more from it. There just really wasn't a lot of matches that made me go, oh, yeah, you got to see that match. Like, the only match that really I would recommend watching would probably be the Cruiserweight Championship match, but that's... I would still argue that there's better Cruiserweight matches out there for people to watch anyway, so... The Greatest Royal Rumble was what it was, though. It was an all right... Braun Strowman was the right person to win the Greatest Royal Rumble Championship. The one thing that kind of griped a lot of people was, you know, the lack of title changes. You know, they hyped it up for so long, and, you know, there was no title change, no Roman Reigns like everyone kind of predicted. We did have one title change. Of course, it was the Raw Tag Team titles, the only title that could have changed. A part of me thought we might have seen, you know, maybe like Miz or Samoa Joe win the Intercontinental Championship for Jinder Mahal to capture the U.S. Championship. It just seemed like something WWE had done in Saudi Arabia is have Jinder Mahal win there, but no, they didn't. So WWE surprises me more and more, you know. I guess the old WWE is gone, and they're really trying to, you know, make these pushes. But it's hard not to, you know, buy that the old WWE is still there when they do put the title on a, you know, a Jinder Mahal, mostly because, you know, they wanted to get that that Saudi Arabian money. Or you look at Finn Balor's kind of gimmick right now, the whole LGBTQ. Oh, I always fuck that up. LGBTQT. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Pretty much, you know, the gay community with Finn Balor. They're really trying to, you know, capture that with the Balor Club is for everyone, and he comes out in his rainbow tights and all that, you know. And well, yeah, it's good, you know. You're bringing in, you know, a group of people that, you know, don't have a lot of attention in the wrestling world, and you're trying to get them some more attention. But at the same time, to me, it clearly just comes off as, you know, you guys just are trying to make some money off of, you know, the gays, or you're just trying to make some money off of the, you know, the Saudi Arabian stuff like that. Even though Saudi Arabia was the one that paid them, but with the whole Jinder Mahal thing, it was like, you know, they're just trying to get what was it? You know, the money for, you know, the Indian market, pretty much. Greg Hamilton wants to be called up. That's not happening. Seamus says Sunil Singh has poor in-ring psychology. Don't know how you would know that. He didn't wrestle last night. D. Malenko says Connor just doesn't get it. Apollo Crews has returned, so that's awesome. And these are all people that are ready to be called up. Greg Hamilton, didn't I already set you to work in developmental. You're pissing me off, Greg Hamilton. All right, hold on. Let's check this out real quick because I'm almost certain I had him here for. Yeah, he's working for NXT. Shut your damn mouth, Greg. You're working down there and you're gonna work there for a while. So Zack Ryder, Jason Jordan. What? You're back? Wait, what? Is Jason Jordan back? Holy shit, he's back. When the fuck did Jason Jordan return? I don't remember receiving that notice, but apparently Jason Jordan's back. Sucks for him because I don't think he'll be back for a little while here, but nonetheless, that's going to do it for the GRR, the Greatest Royal Rumble. Now we are into the week of Backlash. So we're going to be booking Raw, 205, and SmackDown as soon as I can. And then hopefully Backlash, and then hopefully by then we'll be caught up. We'll see how that goes. As always, though, my name has been OMG, WTF, LOL to WBRB. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you have not already. Don't forget to share this video with your friends, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams. I don't give a damns. Any social media account out there, give it a share. You know someone who would like my content. Show them the page. Show them a video. Help the channel out. Help your homeboy out. Help it grow. It would be greatly appreciated. As always, I got a Patreon page if you guys want to support the channel in any way sorts. You can go ahead and check that out. It's just OMG, WTF, LOL to WBRB. I should probably link it somewhere. It might be in a description, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure. But if you would like to help out the channel, move along faster with getting a desktop and anything else, you can always go ahead and help out on the Patreon page. And, there's the tier system and all that. So you have that going for you. And as always, don't forget to check out my associates. They're down below in the description box. Check out some great content and maybe find someone else that you like today. That's going to be it for me, though. I will see you guys for Monday Night Raw, so you guys have yourselves a wonderful day.